by any particular prop. He's been identified, well, just as being himself. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jonathan Winters.
Hi, Eddie. I threw you a little bit of a curve, didn't I?
Yeah, I think you did.
Stapled that on.
How have you been, John?
Fine, Andy. How about your... Hey, Merry Christmas.
Boy, do you have a...
Season's really moving fast, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
September, November, December, here we are.
Did you have a nice summer?
I had a wonderful summer. I didn't work, but I traveled around a little bit. I did some fishing and cut the grass and weeding, found a lizard.
You know, it's nice having you on the first show of the season. I think this television season is going to be very interesting, don't you?
Oh, I think it's going to be a wonderful season with all kinds of goodies.
I've seen a lot of the new personalities on Johnny Carson's Tonight Show, you know, promoting the series. And I was thinking, John, that you do such great improvisations on people. Why don't you do impressions or do some impressions of people who have a new series and they go on, say, the Johnny Carson Show, the Tonight Show, to plug their new...
Plug their show. All righty.
All right, I'll introduce you.
Okay, you introduce me.
Our first guest is the star of a new adventure series called Safari. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Jungle John.
Hi, boys and girls, and people of all ages. Hi.
Where do you film most of your shows, Jungle?
Well, any place where there's a swamp, a river, a rundown irrigation canal. Sometimes in my brother-in-law's backyard. I used to really let it run down. It's thick with shrubbery and barbed wire and stuff. Where there's snakes with malaria, fever, a lot of that stuff. We just love it. More snakes and fever there is. Just great.
Well, traveling like that, I imagine you...
Got a little something here, I'm sorry.
Do you carry your own doctor with you?
Oh, yes. We carry a guy from the States, stateside doctor, and we carry a witch doctor with us, who's a real lovable fella, interesting guy. He's got these little tiny white mice he wears around his neck and has a chamois bag full of warm marbles and some jam up here in his pocket. And I had, as a matter of fact, a 3-day cold. He knocked out in about an hour. He danced up and down, did a lot of stuff. And all kinds of stuff like that. Really didn't knock the cold out, I gotta confess. He really didn't knock it out, but we got 2 albums out of him.
Our next guest is the star of... Here's the star of a new television series. It's based on the comic book character, the Silver Fox. Here is the star of that show, Silver Fox.
Hi. I'm the Silver Fox. And, well, there's lots to tell about our show. We think it's very different.
Would you tell us?
I'm not wearing my Silver Fox face.
Oh, you're not?
It's my regular face. I have a Silver Fox face. Props is carrying that right now.
Yes, what's the idea of the show?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. We're certainly not dealing with any messages, per se. No. There's so much of that, isn't there? Oh. We're not dealing with any sin or sex or anything like that.
Good.
Girlies, you know, guys and things like... our show is... Well, let me tell you about it. It's a fun show. For instance, I have an accomplice who's a 31-year-old divorcee, and she's ugly. And a lot of people will be able to identify with her. Any pretty girl, people say, oh, they kind of shake. But with my little friend, the divorcee, they can just say, oh, why, I'm prettier than she is. She's downright ugly. And she is. But she has a tremendous figure.
Well, what is your story about?
Yes. Well, that's part of the story. But no.
The show, I mean, what is the
of course, I'll
message
come
then?
right to the point. What we do is we drive along, for instance, around schoolyards, and we have this tremendous truck, and I'll jump out dressed as naturally the Silver Fox. I have the Silver Fox face on, Silver Fox suit, and I'll jump on a cyclone fence and say, "Hi, boys and girls, it's the Silver Fox." And right away they say, "There he is, it's Silver Fox." So I get them over there, of course, to the fence, and they get over the fence, and my accomplice and I right away start selling things. And we sell Silver Fox shirts, Silver Fox pants, Silver Fox faces, and Silver Fox shirts, wristwatches, buttons, you name it. Everything's for the Silver Fox. And we're out to sell things. Make money. That's right. And listen, by the way, Andy, I haven't got it with me, but as soon as I get back to my house, where I live in this little fun place, it's like a little foxhole. Only it's silver. I have a silver fox sweater for you.
Oh, well, that's really very nice. Thank you very
It's
much.
$35.80. What do you mean, thank you?
35. Our next guest is the star of a popular new educational series which teaches drawing. The show is called Aunt Cora and Her Crayons, and here she is, Aunt Cora.
Hi! Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Time for drawing. Get out of your little chairs. Drop the cereal clowns and come on up to the set. Aunt Cora's here. Well, what we do, we just love to draw. I've drawn all my life, and it's a wonderful, wonderful experience.
I bet it is.
And it's a way to express yourself. For instance, now, what would you like me to draw?
Well, a pussycat.
A pussycat. Oh, that's sweet. They're simple. All you have to do is just there. That's a pussycat. Isn't that sweet? Oh, I forgot to put its eyes in. Isn't that sweet? That's a pussycat.
That's a pussycat.
But you know, it's the wonderful thing. I believe in art school. I really do. I mean that sincerely. I take trips all over. For instance, just a couple of weeks ago, I was down in Mexico, and I couldn't speak the language. I was hung up, so to speak, trying to sing, and the guy was talking very fast, so I drew something. I said, I want a glass of water. And I couldn't understand, so I drew a glass. You see, I just ripped this off. That's on there hard. And I drew a glass just like that. See, that looks like a glass or a box. Maybe that's what, I don't know. At any rate, he brought me an iguana. So I drank that. It's a wild thing. Oh, drink enough of it, it'll set you free.
Is your audience made up mostly of children?
Well, we're on at 5:30 in the morning, Andy. We got a lot of semi-drivers, a few kids, and the rest are from the VA.
Could you draw something else for us?
Yeah, sure. I'll tell you what I'd like to... I don't know who put this paper on. Some bad boy or girl. I tell you what, I often... Oh, my... Gee, I've got a little bursitis in my knee. That, and it's a trick knee, it'll fly all around if you wanted to.
Let's get back to the
Oh,
show.
I'm sorry. Oh, dear.
Draw us something else.
I'd like to draw, I love your opening song, Moon River. You're standing there, Moon River. So, I thought I'd just draw you here, standing in the river. It'll be a little damp for you with the moon. Isn't that sweet? It's childlike. Imagine a woman 75 doing this kind of jazz. But there's a lot of money in it. Well, that's for you. It's for your new kiddie album.
Really? This is
Capers
for me?
in the Kindergarten. Huh?
Well, I certainly appreciate that. Thank you very much.
$518. Full color. Bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan Winters.